Okay, guys, I really don't like to share other people's content very often, but sometimes it's just something that needs to be shared, that people need to know what's going on. And some of y'all already know about this. Not a lot of people know that this is going on. It may be in a town near you. Look, as Christians, we got to stand up against what's wrong. This is wrong. This is not right. There's nothing about this that is right. It is pedophilia. It is satisfying the sexual urges of another person by allowing certain things to happen. Look, we hate the sin, but we love the sinner, but we don't allow them to do things that we know are wrong. So look, we got to stand up for this stuff. So watch this video.
We've told you about Drag Queen Story Hour, the effort by the LGBTQ community to teach tolerance by reading in drag to children at public libraries. Well, we learned that at least one Story Hour presenter was a convicted sex offender. That was in Houston. Then earlier this year, we showed you how Drag Queen Story Hour evolved into Roll Around and Lay on the Drag Queen in Seattle. Now this, Drag Queen Strip Hour at a King County library in the state of Washington, all to a song that says, "If you feel like a girl, do your thing." Folks, how is this educational? And when Christian taxpayers say no more, my tax dollars will not be used to support this indoctrination of our children or grandchildren, we're called homophobes and bigots. We get proposals from Democratic presidential candidates to pull the tax-exempt status of churches or Christian groups and businesses who stand against this absurdity. It's all about winning votes, folks, because although they represent a small percentage of the American population, members of the LGBTQ community vote, and they do have influence. Yes, in America, we believe in protecting minority rights. The LGBTQ community must be protected from discrimination, but we don't allow the minority to have dominant influence on our society. In a democratic republic, we believe in majority rule. Jesus told us to love one another. Yes, we must love one another as he loves us. But that doesn't mean we love ungodly behavior, nor must we accept it. Remember what Christ said in the book of John, chapter 8, to the woman about to be stoned for committing adultery? He said he did not condemn her, but he told her to go and sin no more. Folks, we have a responsibility to protect our children from stripping drag queens. Jesus also warned us in Matthew 18:6, "If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea." So, let's tell our taxpayer-funded public libraries that we will throw them a lifeline to save them from drowning. But like the adulteress in John 8, they must go and sin no more. Well, that's it from the Global Lane. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube.
Okay, so to all the people out there, because this group right here that they're talking about, it's an organized group of people. This group are fighting for pedophilia rights. Are you going to offer your children up to the chopping block? There are a lot of other people out there who are heterosexual that are fighting for pedophilia rights or homosexual rights with children. Are you going to offer your children up to the chopping block? Are you going to take your children over to the local pervert's house and let them have sex with them? I don't see a whole lot of people standing up to say, oh, my kids will go first. They want this to be an effect on other people, not them. The same thing happened when Obama was in office, and they were, I'll take refugees, bring them to my house. One guy, they ran him and his family off of his ranch and took it over. He thought he was doing a good thing. One girl, she's in her 20s, went over to Iraq. Oh, I'm going to show people that they're just fine. There's nothing wrong with them. They still don't know how many times she was raped or beaten or how many people were involved. But she barely got out of the country with her life and has disappeared, and no one has ever, she's gone into hiding because she's so embarrassed. Fools will inherit folly. And these people that are doing this stuff are exposing our children to things that they should not be exposed to. I feel sorry for anybody with children nowadays. But look, if we don't stand up for what's right, who's going to do it? If we don't stand up and fight for our children's safety, Who's going to do it? Obviously, these people aren't, because they're giving and presenting and impressing upon our children these things. Just because you think it's right doesn't make it right. And we don't live by your truth. We live by the truth. And the truth is that kind of stuff cannot be allowed. Stand up, Christians. Come out against this stuff. And if you see it going on in your community, let your voice be heard, because no one else is coming to the aid of the children. We're the last bastion of hope in this world. I'll see you guys in the next video.